Do you know that your greatest enemy is not the devil? If the devil could have come up to defend himself, we would have seen that he is not. The people perish because of lack of knowledge. Our greatest enemy is ignorance. Hello, thanks for joining me once again today. Today I'll be speaking on the topic your greatest enemy. Do you know that your greatest enemy is not the devil? If the devil could have come up to defend himself, we would have seen that he is not our greatest enemy. And that makes a verse comes to mind, and that is Hosea chapter 6 verse 4, which says that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. That's the first part to that verse. So we could see that the people perished not because of the devil, they perished because they lack knowledge. And that means that our greatest enemy is ignorance. And that verse didn't stop at that the people perished because of lack of knowledge. But it also says that I will reject them because they rejected knowledge. That means that lack of knowledge, in a way, does not say that knowledge is not available, but knowledge is available and they rejected it. So our greatest enemy is ignorance. Little wonder, scripture says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So if you don't know, that means you are in a way in bondage. And come to think of it, they rejected knowledge because knowledge is available. They just decided not to embrace knowledge. In a way, let's look at it in another way. Having a book is not the same as reading the book. You can have 100 books, lying on your table or probably on your shelf. But if you have not read it, it cannot do you any good. It's until you accept the knowledge before you can be on the path to success. Of course, we know that the devil, he comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But he cannot do this without ignorance. And that is why ignorance is likened to darkness. In fact, there is this term, the dark ages. I tried to check that up, and some explanation to that was because at that point in time, knowledge was not readily available. In a way, people were not embracing science and information, and that is why that age was referred to as the dark age. And that means that ignorance and darkness, they go hand in hand. Little wonder, Bible says that light shines into darkness, and darkness could not comprehend it. That means darkness could not understand it. It means that darkness and ignorance go hand in hand. Look at it again. The devil thrives in ignorance. That means he thrives in darkness. And that is why he is referred to as the prince of darkness. So in a way, your greatest enemy is not the devil, all right? It's ignorance. If you could take care of ignorance, the devil will not thrive, in your life and in whatsoever other area of your life. Many a times, those things we refer to as the work of the devil are actually not the work of the devil, but are ignorance. Just imagine if someone is in financial crisis, for instance, a good number of time is not because there is one generational cause or because there is one devil somewhere. Many a times it's because people do not understand the principle of financial freedom. Okay, and that's just an area. There are other areas in which we can continue to talk about. So in a way, your greatest enemy is not the devil, but ignorance. If you could today learn, and reduce the level of your ignorance, tend to take a journey towards achieving the kind of success that you desire. So you have gotten it today. That's just it, that your greatest enemy is not the devil but ignorance. So as from this moment, don't be ignorant. Go after knowledge, go after understanding. All right, so I will leave you with this work to do. Could you read at least one book in a month? You know, I read a book sometimes ago, and that is The Richest Man in Babylon. I have read that book many years back before I came across that book. You could ask people about books that will be useful to you. If you have any trouble in an area of your life, may I say that the solution to that problem of yours is hidden in one book. So you are one book away to achieving success in that particular area. So I advise you today that take it as a responsibility to read just one book in a month. And come to think of it, if you could read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, of course, I refer to the Bible not to as a religion book, but a book full of principles. So if you could read the Bible all through, that means you have read 66 books. So if you want to read 66 books this very year, I think you should start with the Bible. And of course, you should read some other books that will help your life. So if you want to conquer your greatest enemy, go for knowledge. And that is it for today. All right. So the next time we're going to meet, I'll be speaking on knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Let's look at it. What's the difference between these three, and how can you take advantage of them? Thank you, and see you some other time.